Okay, what about the first bread A? Do you see anything there? A little bit of moon. Again, we are using the science writing heuristic, comparing. Correct? So we can't just talk about bread B, we also have to compare with bread A. Okay? And then after 4 days, we continue to take pictures, and finally, on day 10, so this is what we observe. Okay? And from the pictures, the children, they can start to make further comparison. Okay? Make further comparison between bread A and bread B. Okay? Right. Now, many times the ABR question, probably they would like the students to answer what question, something like this. Another way of making comparison is after 4 days, I don't compare A versus B. I compare A 4 days. Sorry, I compare bread A 4 days and 10 days. Is there any difference? Right? That's another way of making comparison. Okay? Yeah. Right now, okay, I would like to show you our last example here. I believe many of us are parents here, okay, and we will have taken a photograph when we are going through this pregnancy stage, right? Okay. How many of you still have this photograph at home? Wow, very good. Don't throw the photographs away, okay? Don't throw all these photographs away. So, this one actually is what we call that ultrasound scan, right? Okay, yeah. So we have the ultrasound scan, okay, and this photograph, this scan was taken on the 3rd of May, 2012. So as a mommy, I can tell my so-called the Koko Jie, hey, Koko, come, see, mommy, you know, there's a little Mei Mei, little sister inside, okay, and the doctor took this photograph, okay, so we can highlight to our children all. So there's some measurement here, okay, 3rd of May 2012, right? Do you just visit the gynae once? Only the ladies. Do we visit the gynae once? No, right? We visit the gynae many times, right? And then later we have more photographs, right? Correct? Yeah? So on the 21st of May, wow, you see your Mei, your younger brother has grown bigger, right? Has grown bigger. And then there's some measurement here. Then you can highlight to your children. Okay? So what strategy do you think I'm using here? This is not a science question in the exam, right? This is a science question at home that you can use immediately. So what strategy do you think I'm using here?
Okay. Real life example.
Sorry? Real life example. So just now the heuristic that you learned, the four different heuristic, the 4 different strategies that you learned. Which one am I doing here? Which one am I? Comparing. Yes, I'm comparing. What else did I do? I'm also describing, right? I can describe to my child, right? I can describe to my children, right? Okay. What else did I do? Any more?
Support with evidence.
Sorry? Yes.
Support with evidence.
Support with evidence, right? So I photograph as evidence, right? You see, in a month, on 3rd May, sorry, okay. On 3rd May, okay, this is the measurement, okay, support with evidence. On 21st May, now this is the new measurement, right? Okay, yeah. So we can use many of these strategies, and it's very important that, in fact, there are many. I would like to highlight these 2 words here. There are many rich contexts at home that we can use with our children. Okay, so this is an example of the rich context. And you can use any of these heuristic, any of these strategies to discuss or to talk about the science with your children. How many of you have bicycles at home? Do your children cycle? Yes? Do you bring their attention, do you highlight to them the tires of the bicycle? or you just go and have fun and then bang. No, right? You talk to them about you can also talk to them about the tires of the bicycle, right? That's why you can also introduce to them the idea of friction. Okay, all of us have fridge at home. Yes, we have ice at home. Right? That's why we also can talk about the change of state. Okay, gaining heat from the surrounding. Okay. How many of us get our children to also clean up the house? So when they wipe the table, okay, so the table is still wet. Then after some time, hey, mommy, why is the table dry now? So that's the part that you can also use this supporting with evidence. Okay, yeah. Okay. But guiding our children towards being a more confident person, right? To be a more confident person, okay, we also need to teach the child how to think independently, okay, and critically. At the same time, when they try to communicate, either communicate science, communicate their ideas, or communicate their reasoning, to communicate effectively. Okay? When we teach this strategy to the children, yes, we are concerned about them getting the result. We are concerned about them doing well in exam. But we also like the children to question, to reflect, to persevere, and also to take responsibility for their own learning. And finally, when our children they have all these abilities, they have all these skills, okay, that's when they're able to work effectively in teams, innovate, and also to exercise initiative. Okay? So this is our 21st century competency skill. Other than just teaching them about science, when we're practicing all this questioning or this answering technique, we can also introduce all this to our children. So what can parents do? Okay. I would say there are many examples around us. Many of us, we travel with our children, right? Many of us, we travel with our children. Sometimes we watch the news together with our children. That's when we can emphasize the science communication part, where we don't just read it or we don't just watch it. We also need to emphasize to them the way to present it, the way that the so-called the writer is trying to express the ideas. That is important. Okay? And as parents, I think all of us can also encourage our children to use the strategy that you have learned, okay, to think about not just their thinking, but also to think about how are they going to communicate their writing. Okay? Yeah.